Have you ever stood at a crossroads, where one path is safe and familiar, and the other is unknown? Maybe even a little scary. It's a moment we all face, a turning point where a single choice can define our entire future. In a quiet, little village, there lived a young man who felt stuck. He looked at his life, at the simple routines and predictable days, and felt a quiet desperation. He dreamed of bigger things, of a life filled with purpose and adventure. But those dreams seemed impossible, trapped within the village limits. The familiar road was easy, comfortable. Everyone he knew walked that road. It was the path of least resistance, the one that promised safety but offered no growth. One morning, he found himself standing at the edge of the woods, where a narrow dirt path disappeared into the trees. He'd never taken it before. It was a symbol of everything he feared: uncertainty, risk, the possibility of failure. Behind him lay the village, a warm and comforting sight, but also a cage of his own making. For years, he had chosen comfort. He did what was expected, followed the rules, and silenced the voice inside that urged him to seek more. But on this day, something was different. He realized that his life wouldn't change unless he made it change. He understood that the power to break free was in a single decision: the choice to embrace courage over comfort, to take action instead of just dreaming about it. With a deep breath that felt like both a goodbye and a hello, he took his first step onto the unknown path. The moment his foot touched the soft earth, a mix of fear and exhilaration washed over him. He was finally doing it. He was choosing himself. The forest seemed dark and intimidating at first, the trees closing in around him. Every strange sound made his heart race, but he kept walking. With every step, he wasn't just moving forward on a path. He was moving forward in his life. He was leaving behind the person who was afraid and becoming the person he was meant to be. As he ventured deeper, something magical happened. Sunlight started to break through the canopy, lighting up his way. The forest, which once seemed so daunting, began to reveal its secrets. It wasn't just a collection of trees. It was a classroom. The winding path taught him patience. The steep hills taught him resilience. The moments he felt lost taught him to trust his instincts and have faith in his own strength. Each challenge wasn't a setback. It was a lesson. Every fallen log he had to climb over, every stream he had to cross, became a symbol of his growing capabilities. He was proving to himself, step by step, that he was so much more than the boy who had been afraid to leave his village. Days turned into weeks, and the journey transformed him. He learned to build his own shelter, find his own food, and navigate by the stars. He discovered a strength he never knew he possessed, a courage that grew with every sunrise. He was no longer just surviving. He was thriving. The fear that had once paralyzed him was now a distant memory, replaced by a quiet confidence that hummed within him. Finally, he reached a high ridge and could see the entire valley below. He looked back, and in the distance, he saw the small, familiar village he had left behind. It looked so peaceful, so unchanged. But he had changed. The young man who had once felt trapped in that village was gone. In his place stood a man who understood a profound truth. Our biggest turning points often come disguised as our most difficult choices. It's in those moments, when we are faced with the unknown, that we have the greatest opportunity to grow. His story is a reminder to all of us. The comfortable road will always be there, but it will only lead you to where you've already been. The true adventure, the life you dream of, lies on the path you have yet to take. It takes just one brave step to change your destiny. The courage to choose the unknown path doesn't just change where you're going. It changes who you are. It unlocks a potential you never knew you had and leads you to a future far greater than comfort could ever provide. So, the next time you find yourself at a crossroads, ask yourself, are you going to choose the easy road, or are you going to choose the one that leads to you? Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires you to live your fullest life. See you in the next one.